Greene has been raised up to lead a subcommittee which will help Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in their attempts to bankrupt the government, or in their words, their attempts to help the government run more efficiently. Greene is now a very serious congresswoman, in case you didn't know, and she will demonstrate that with this clip on what her first priorities will be in this new position. Take a look.
That's how I'll be separating things on the oversight subcommittee on DOGE. We'll be looking at everything from government-funded media programs like NPR that spread nothing but Democrat propaganda. We'll be going into grant programs that fund things like sex apps in Malaysia, toilets in Africa, all kinds of programs that don't help the American people.
Okay. So she goes on to say that she will push for the Pentagon to explain why they have never passed an audit. And this is just a suggestion, but maybe she could have started there instead of from the insane place that she chose to start from. Okay, so what is all this about Malaysian sex apps? Well, the alleged sex apps in Malaysia that Greene mentioned is a reference to Jomcare, an app created by Roman Shrestha, an assistant professor in the University of Connecticut's Department of Allied Health Sciences, with a $3.4 million grant from the National Institutes of Health. The app is designed to increase access to harm reduction services for gay and bisexual men engaging in chemsex, the practice of taking psychoactive drugs before or during sexual activities, with the goal of reducing the spread of HIV and other sexually transmitted infections. Sharon, I learned so much in this line of work. I learned so many things that I just never, I didn't know about before. I didn't know about chemsex. That is new to me. Is this the most efficient way that Marjorie Taylor Greene could be going about, her whatever she's trying to do in her new position in the Department of Government Efficiency?
Well, she doesn't even know what she's trying to do. So it's a difficult question to answer. I believe that she is doing these things because she's a constant attention seeker. And I believe she's being allowed to do these things because she's good at raising money. And the other aspect is people want her off on some little weird treasure hunt while they do the real heavy lift. And so she's kept busy with this and allowed to do it and brought on programs with Maria there and made to look relevant and competent, which clearly she is not.
Yeah, it's fun, and she knows that she's going to get those sound bites if she says something about Malaysian sex apps and toilets in Africa, right? And the thing is, whenever politicians do this, and this is the thing that they do all the time, they'll say something that sounds insane because they want the headlines, and they also want to infuriate their base. They want to rile people up. I remember, and this is, I don't even remember what year this was, but this was back when Sarah Palin was up for VP back in the day. And she said something about like, oh, these scientists are wasting so much money. They're just like spending all this money studying fruit flies. And everybody across the country was up in arms about like, why are we spending so much money on fruit flies? And they never even thought to consider like why we were studying those fruit flies and what bigger implications it would have had. And the scientists in the country were up in arms about it because they were like, don't cut our funding. So that's just an example. That's just what came to mind for me whenever these politicians say these things. It really helps to follow up on what they're actually talking about.
Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.